A Twilight story of happiness. 10-minute. Version, English translation. On the night of Chuseok, the air was filled with the smell of songpyeon and the laughter of family. But that laughter didn't last long. A grandmother in her 70s heard shocking words from her daughter-in-law and grandchildren. "Mother, it's time to give us the house too." The air froze. She had already given them everything. Her lifetime, savings of 50 million won, money for her grandchildren's lessons, and even allowances every holiday. And now they were asking for her home. Her hands trembled and tears welled up in her eyes. "Was I ever lacking in my love for you?" Her question faded into silence, and her daughter-in-law turned away coldly. The grandmother sat still for a long time before quietly walking out of the house. A full moon hung in the night sky, and a cold wind blew. In that wind, she recalled the years gone by, the small home she shared with her late husband, the days she laughed holding her little son, and the moment her grandchild first called her grandma. Those memories were warm, but reality now felt painfully cold. "I can't just give up like this." Taking a deep breath, she gathered her resolve. A few days later, she opened an old bag and pulled out some yellowed papers. The land documents her husband had left behind 20 years ago. To the eye, they were just worn-out sheets. But to her, they were buried treasures of time. She met with a lawyer and carefully shared her story. "Grandma, this land is quite valuable. You must protect it well." At those words, hope stirred in her heart again. It wasn't about revenge. It was about protecting her rights and her dignity. For 3 months, she prepared calmly and steadily. Every morning, she looked at her grandchild's photo and reminded herself, "What I must protect isn't money. It's love and my own self-respect." Finally, the day of decision came. On the living room table lay the documents, and in her eyes, a firm determination. "Now, I will protect my own rights." Her daughter-in-law was shocked and her son lowered his head. But the grandmother's voice did not waver. Instead of anger, she chose strength. Instead of resentment, she chose wisdom. As time passed, the family's bond began to heal. Her grandchild whispered softly, "Grandma, I want to be as strong as you when I grow up." Tears glistened in her eyes once more. Now, her twilight years are not filled with loneliness or anger, but with wisdom and love. She travels, enjoys her hobbies, and fills her days with laughter alongside her grandchild. As the sunset paints the evening sky, she holds a warm cup of tea and whispers, "Yes, now I understand." Even in twilight, happiness can still bloom.